Hey folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new and use he and pronouns, I'm filming in an unconventional location, but that's fine. I just have time right now, so I'm just gonna film a video. I filmed a video last night and I'm filming a video this morning. It's gonna be another double upload, but that's okay. Today I wanted to talk about self-awareness and reflecting on ourselves, our actions, and all of that stuff. I think it would be good to give context about how I operate as a human, like how my mind operates. So every time something happens, no matter how small or big it may be, I always reflect on the situation and think what happened, what could have been changed to be better and stuff. I also think, how did I react? How did I respond? What is my initial reaction? How did I feel? What emotions came out? What thoughts came out? What wounds may have been, opened up again? Did I do anything to, possibly lead to this situation? What did the other person do? I think about a lot of things. Like one example was yesterday, I went to pick up my friend after work and we carpooed home together, and I wasn't clear in telling her that I was gonna move closer to her. Like she was pretty far from me. She's like, she'll walk here, but then I decided to drive to where I thought she was, but I didn't tell her that I was gonna drive to where I thought she was, and she just ended up running in the opposite direction, and I made her like run around because I wasn't clear in telling her that I'm gonna come to you now. Stay where you are. I'm gonna come to you so you don't have to walk. Like, that's just one tiny example, but I felt so bad for my friend. Like, I felt very guilty that I made her run around and I didn't tell her that I was coming. This seems very insignificant, but like these things I think about a lot, and it actually makes me feel really guilty. And I told her yesterday, I'm sorry that I miscommunicated to you, and I won't do this again, because next time I will tell you exactly what I intend to do so that you don't have to run around. In response to like being aware of emotions, sometimes some things really trigger me. And I get very angry. I feel very angry and annoyed and disgusted and all of these hard emotions. But again, I don't suppress my emotions. I acknowledge it, like, this is how I'm feeling. It's okay to feel this way. And then I start exploring why I may have started feeling this way, why I might feel this way. And also, as I've gotten older, I've learned how to not lash out at people. I remember in 2019 when I was going through really bad gender dysphoria and a really bad, a toxic friendship, I lashed out at people a lot, and it was not fair on them. Like, thinking back about it now, I'm like, those people didn't deserve this. Like, I shouldn't have done that. But then at the time, I didn't know how to control myself, and I didn't know how to control my emotions, and I lashed out at people. Not like I lashed out as in like I yelled at them, even though like the smallest things set me off and irritated me, and even though they didn't do anything wrong to me, I just lashed out at them and I yelled a bit, which is not, like, again, they don't deserve this and it's not fair. But then I also realized it's not their fault. It's me, that it's something I had to work on, and it had nothing to do with them as a person. And like, even the past, let's say, year and now, start of 2020 to now, I've definitely learned how to manage my emotions and not lash out at people so much. And if I'm feeling a certain way, I'll just be like, can you leave me alone? Say something like that. And I would only get annoyed if I tell them multiple times and they don't listen to me. But the first time I'd be like, can you leave me alone? Can you give me some space? That's instead of lashing out at people who don't deserve it, really. No one likes to admit they're wrong, but I was wrong, and I've been wrong a lot of times, and I used to really blame people for what I did. Like, I lashed out at them, and then I started blaming them that they made me annoyed and stuff like that. But it was honestly just me and this part of myself that I've refused to admit, because you know, I don't know why, I guess ego or something. I didn't want to admit that I had a problem and it was my fault. But as I've gotten older, really, I've learned to acknowledge my mistakes and flaws, and you know, use that to become a better version of myself. Because like denying this part of myself and trying to blame other people for something inherent in me is not going to fix anything. It's not going to make me a better person. The only way I can become a better person is to acknowledge this and start working on it and improving myself. That's literally the only way. Honestly, just owning myself, all of it, the good, the bad, the things I don't want to admit, the confrontational things, owning every part of myself and all of my experiences gives me so much power. And I take back control, really, of things that I thought I didn't have control over. I do have control. Obviously I don't have control over everything, but there are a lot of things I can control, and it's only when I pause, take a step back and be like, hey, you can do something about this, and you don't have to be stuck in this state forever. And you know, the Lev that I am today is not going to be the same Lev 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. It's really all a just learning process and continuing to grow. And I've had people in my life before where they don't change, like the toxic friend I had. I said we can't be in each other's lives anymore, and I said goodbye. And then 6 months down the line, I contacted her again because I was just really curious to see if she had changed in the past 6 months. And I messaged her again, and nothing has changed. Still blaming me for things and stuff, refusing to acknowledge her mistakes, blaming me for everything, starting to attack me. And I'm just like, you haven't changed in the past 6 months. You have not changed a single bit. And you know, it's honestly sad when people don't want to like become better. I just don't understand. Like confronting things that are mistakes and things I did wrong, and like parts of myself that are like unacceptable per se. It's not easy, but I don't want to live in a cage confined by parts of myself that I don't like. I can just start working on myself and eventually break through the cage and just fly free. And that freedom is just an unreal feeling. Like, I'm not free from everything, but there have been definitely parts of myself that I have let free, such as living my truth and being a trans man, living my truth and not caring what people say about me. In terms of the self-awareness itself, I think a lot of people they go about their day, but they're not really awake. What I mean is doing things habitually and not really thinking about what we're doing and having intention behind it. It's like we wake up, we go to work, go to school, we go home, eat, just relax a little bit. It's just like, it seems all mindless and we don't think about what we're doing. And I think that we don't take enough time to actually pause and think about what we're doing and reflect on how, like, what we've done so far and where we want to go and how we can take steps to get to where we want to be in life, and you know, develop ourselves to be a better person. Like, I feel like a lot of people are stagnant and they're just like the same throughout and not really grow. And that honestly scares me. Like, people not growing, not being aware of themselves, who they are, how they respond to things, you know, all of these things that ultimately add so much meaning to our lives. And I feel like people don't really open that part of themselves up. The ultimate message of this video is, no matter how unpretty things may be, owning all parts of yourself, the good, the bad, indifferent, it can make you a better person. It will make you a better person, and you will have so much, you will take back so much power if you own all parts of yourself, even the parts you don't like. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.